There is a follow-up question on that. Are you online?
Yes.
Yes. See, the achievement of SDG goals mostly depends on collaboration between NGOs and corporates. And you are a foundation who is partnering with various NGOs. I would like to know from you, what are the challenges you find as a foundation to identify the right NGO?
You want to be very honest there in this particular forum? The problem is both sides. It's like at the NGO level, there is a huge amount of work that they need to do on ensuring that the projects are not done or projects are not being conducted just to ensure that people's salaries are ensured. But projects are conducted or projects are done to ensure that we create the impact that we have to create. And that's the second is that ensure that we are investing in monitoring and capturing the impact there, measuring the impact there, being accountable, being transparent, being governance being strong there. It's just like what is called a father, mother, sister NGO there, which is creating huge amount of trouble there. And I've always seen, and you go to any of the bigger forums there now, all of them will talk about transparency and all of them will talk about, hey, this is what government is not doing. Government is a huge amount of nepotism and all. And then you go deeper there, you'll suddenly realize that husband and wife are part of the committee, brothers, sisters, brother-in-law, mother-in-law, father, all of them are there in that particular governing board of theirs, and they're talking about accountability, transparency, and all. Somewhere they need to work on that particular thing to ensure that you really talk, preach what you really practice. That's one bit of work that they need to do. And at the corporate level, we need to ensure that we are not funding just the coterie or the who like us, like us. We are committing our investment or making an investment to kind of causes which will really influence the impact to catalyze the development process that we intend to do. That's the change that we need to somewhere bring in there. We don't have CSR heads or the head of CSR who really understand the nuances of social development. We have people who are drawn from HR, communication, marketing, branding, and all. They don't understand the nuances of social development in that particular sense. So we need people who understand that and who can influence that kind of change that one need to bring in there. And we need leaders who can influence the boardroom dynamics also, because you may have a good proposal, but if you don't know how to influence the boardroom dynamics there, the proposal will get mixed there. You need to also ensure that you network hard, you work hard, you ensure that you talk the way that that can create the bridge between corporate and the NGOs there, and which I don't think many of the CSR heads are really looking into. There's huge amount of wheelers and dealers there, and that needs to be recognized and understood very correctly there. So I am for both the side. I feel that there is huge amount of work that both of us need to do to really improve and influence the whole body. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Since you have been very frank about your views on the development sector, I have one more question. I often feel that because CSR has become the major source of funding for NGOs, NGO sector is getting corporatized because a lot of documents, lot of reports, lot of data are sought from NGOs, because these are the way in which a corporate function. Do you think that this is good or bad for the sector?
I didn't get the question, Nixon, clearly.
I often fear that because CSR is the main source of fund for NGOs, and since corporate foundations are asking for more reports, data, documents from the NGOs, this sector is also getting corporatized.
Yep.
Do you think this is good or bad for the sector?
No, they should. The point is that if you're getting money, you need to have the data there. You can't get, there's no free lunches there. You're not going to get anything for free. You need to have, uh, uh, I'd say the data and other things need to be there. Otherwise, no one is going to give you money for that. That's one. The second is that the range is changing. The scale is changing. If you look at number of the amendments that the government is coming out in the CSR Act also. Who is going to fund you if you say that, yeah, my total budget is going to be 10 lakh rupees? People are looking for bigger NGOs there. So the whole question of acquisition mergers will start happening in this particular sector also. There's a huge need to create the kind of messaging which is needed at this particular level. There's a huge need to work on optics and perception there, which is needed. Otherwise, you won't survive. Let's face it. The days of what is called the kurta pajama and jholas are gone, completely gone. You look into this particular room. Do you find anyone wearing that? You will not find any. Yeah. So that's where you need to start doing that for a little bit. And that's where it is very important that we start looking into how we can conduct ourselves, how we can ensure that we create a situation where NGOs become corporate, right? But they carry the value system that still makes them who they are.
Thank you, Anurag.
Thank you.